This film will show you how to make an organic pool with a difference. While every effort was made to make it both visually interesting and informative, it can't be guaranteed not to have shots like this. It does, however, show the pool build step by step, and there's also an in-depth interview. Sadly, it's with an interviewer who's completely incomprehensible.
Yeah, so yin and yang.
The last time I came here, this was a flat lawn garden, but then came the joy of toying with scaffold poles and trolley jacks and fence post loops of liner.
Yeah, professional.
Now the geography is different, and to illustrate the change, I abandoned conventions of film grammar and dress sense, and address the camera while paddling.
This is a truly stunning example of an organic pool, and it's been made beautifully by Chris and Susan. The astonishing story behind this, however, is that it's not been made for people to swim in, but for dogs.
Which is hardly a big reveal, given the title of this film. Anyway, here's some pictures of a dog. Of course, the pool turned out good for people too.
Now, to make an organic pool for a dog, then it's basically making an organic pool for a human, but with some very distinctive differences. Now, in the standard pool, we've got the regeneration zone here. This is the deep zone here, 2 meters deep. Regeneration zone, which is about 1 meter deep, maximum to nothing. Gravel layers and pipes, perforated line drain in loops, and your airlift pumps or bubble pumps here. And your plants in here. So this is your standard plant filtration bed. But where dogs are allowed to get in, it needs to be much shallower, because you don't want dogs swimming here. Say the water's nearly 1 meter deep. A large dog swimming, it's got to kick up gravel, it's got to cause a whole load of mess, and especially you don't want any plants. So the first thing in this area is there's no plants. The other thing is that the gravel is very thick to bring that up to the right level.
On one side, the regeneration zone is modified to form a beach area with shallower water where the dogs are encouraged to enter the pool. For the swim zone, dogs' claws can potentially damage the liner as they enthusiastically paddle swim, but under the surface the thrashing legs are well within the top meter of water. So as the line in the swim zone is exposed only between 1 and 2 meter depth, it's safe from being clawed.
Chris, this is a wondrous pool you've made here. Yeah, just talk us through how you made it.
Got the help from an expert, really.
Yeah. No, you called on me.
Well, when we moved here, Susan wanted a pond, and then a few years later, Alfie had a hip replacement.
That's your dog?
That's the Labrador. He had a hip replacement.
Yeah.
He was only about 2, and he was having hydrotherapy treatment.
Yeah.
And during COVID, or the beginning of COVID, the place where he had his hydrotherapy just closed down completely.
Yeah.
So Susan did some research and thought, well, we can have a pond in the garden and we can do hydrotherapy ourselves. We got you round to explain it to us, and yeah, we built it.
It's astonishing. This is probably, in fact, will be the first organic pool ever to be made for hydrotherapy for dogs. Yeah.
Well, in the planning stage, it was only going to be a small pool.
Yeah.
And then, while we're doing that, we could do this, and it just got bigger and bigger. And I'm glad it did. I mean, it's absolutely amazing. I come home from work now, in summer and in winter, and the first thing we do, we come down here, we sit down, we have a brew, or we have a drink, and we absolutely love it. And the wildlife it's brought to the garden as well. We get so much pleasure out of it. It's unbelievable. We've got newts in there. We think we've got a great crested newt as well. He's a big fella on the bottom. there's all sorts, all manner of beetles in there.
Yeah,
We've got the big diving beetles. The dragonflies are amazing. We have house martins put on a regular show for us anytime from now onwards in the evening.
Yeah, I've just seen a few.
And it's like an aerobatic display. It's amazing.
What about your dog, Alfie?
Alfie absolutely loves it. We'll go out for a walk. His hips are quite bad now. We'll take him for a short walk, and especially this weather, as soon as we come back, he just takes himself straight in there.
And has it helped?
Oh yeah, absolutely, without a doubt. He gets his exercise in the water. Even walking through the water is good exercise for him. So his hydrotherapy exercise is as good as what he was getting from the vets.
Really?
Yeah. He loves it, absolutely loves it.
Well, he certainly seems to be bouncing around now, so it seems to be working whatever you're doing.
Yeah, it is.
It's fantastic. Well, thanks, Chris, for inviting me back.
That's
to
all
come
right,
and
you're
have a
very
look.
welcome. I'm glad you've seen it and it's splendid.
It's beautiful, absolutely beautiful.
Here's how it was made. The double lines of ground marking spray paint outline the wall for the swim zone, 7 metres long and 3 metres wide. Alfie the dog, already excited by the project, is attentive to the details of cutting a sharp hole to define the excavation. Fortunately, the ground is very amenable to cutting straight down to the 2 metre depth. A strip foundation and rows of concrete blocks define the 7 by 3 metre swim wall. Smooth sand covers the base to provide extra protection to the liner from sharp stones or edges. Now the pool shape has been created, we can put down the liner layers. First, the fleece geotextile underliner to provide a smooth protective base for the liner. And after an hour or so, the whole area is covered. The roll of EPDM pond liner is about 1 millimetre thick, and this roll is about 350 kilograms, so it requires a trolley jack to raise it onto the scaffold frame, functioning as a giant roll dispenser.
You look like you're holding that.
Yeah. This is how happy they were before the disaster.
Each fence post gathering of liner is about 35 kilograms.
Get one of David looking knackered.
Yeah, I'm blinking knackered, yeah.
And we haven't got it up to the pool edge yet. The liner slowly caterpillars its way across the pool. The liner is folded to be unfurled from the middle. The aim at this point is to make the swim zone floor flat and crease free, and then we work on the folds and the corners. Once we are satisfied it's looking good, we need some water in the swim zone to bed in the liner. This has been a long time coming for Suzanne.
I've only waited 35 years to persuade him.
Once there is about 30 centimetres of water and the liner is not showing areas of tension, then another layer of fleece is laid over the planted zone. The oak sleeper wall is usually made 40 centimetres high, but here it's 50 centimetres to help reduce the potential for sand and gravel to be flung into the swim zone by exuberant dogs. One part of the pool is designated for the dogs, and here the planting is without delicate submerged plants. Instead, more resilient plants like flag iris and glyceria in dense clumps, with space around them not to impede the thrashing dogs.
Good boy. Ready? Get it.
The disturbance from the gravel substrate is quite minimal once the dogs learn a preferred path through the pool maze.
Alfie. Take it. Yeah.
Chris was proud to show me his invention. It looked like a toilet brush on a stick. In fact, it was a toilet brush on a stick. But it did prove very effective in removing algae from those hard to reach places.
But Alfie doesn't show the slightest interest.
Ready?
After all, he's got a flying frisbee to retrieve.
We're going again? Oh, sorry, David. Oh,
The one place I put it. Yeah.